What's up, you guys? Welcome to Man on a Mission. Here are 5 things that we're going to be talking about, 5 mindsets, really, or characteristics that every man should know, and I wish I knew while I was growing up. Here's some of the things that I learned. Let's get started. Number 1 is that men lead. Men don't complain. They don't blame. They shoulder on their responsibilities. They act like things are their fault, and they take ownership of all the things that happen in their life. They take complete ownership of their life. They don't wait for other people to do things for them. They own up to however good or bad any area of their life is, whether that's their marriage, their career, their faith, their health. This sense of responsibility is going to be a rock for your family. And the people around you are also going to benefit. When we lead, let's lead strong. Let's be strong, be courageous, be of self-discipline, and be of sound mind. Men lead their household. They lead in every area of their life. This responsibility is not something that you can be able to transfer from. This responsibility is not something that you could be able to change. You can change your sex, you can change your clothes, you can be able to change your pronouns or whatever, but you cannot change your responsibilities that was given to you from the start. Number 2. Men are learners. Men are content, but they're not complacent. So naturally, as a man, you want to strive for greatness. Men strive for, they're all about winning, conquering, success, mission, succeeding, getting a little bit better. But they also know how to pull in the reins and know how to be present at times. They know how to be content with where they're at and what they have. Because if you can't be content with what you have right now, how could God give you a little bit more if you're not even content with what you have right now? They are knowing how to be present, knowing when you're here, you're here. When you're there, you're there. When you're with your family, you know how to be there with your family. When you're somewhere else, you know how to be present with somebody else. Because the biggest present that you can give to somebody else is your own presence. So they know how to be content with what they have. They're not lazy, okay? So this is contentment is a common misconception for laziness. Don't get that confused. Laziness is not part of being a man. In polar opposite, actually, just because you're content doesn't mean that you're not satisfied or you are completely satisfied. A man is constantly trying to better himself and grow in all areas of his life. He lives from today, and he can embrace his presence, and he's always trying to grow himself specifically towards wisdom and knowledge and those areas of his life. He's always trying to learn from there. So he's never satisfied with just being okay. He is okay with his current circumstances, but knowing that his circumstances, they can change. He's willing to be adaptable and learn from those things. This comes from an unselfish demeanor to not doing things to boast or to get better or to fill up his own status and bettering himself or to fulfill his own ulterior motives like attracting other women or showing off to his friends, but knowing that through his life and bettering himself, he can be a blessing to other people. While learning and saving himself, he can also be able to save other people. Number 3, men are purpose-driven. We're created on purpose and for a great purpose. And the good book that I read says that a man without a vision shall perish. A man without a goal, an aspiration, a purpose will deteriorate. We'll go back to where we came from, which is dust. We'll be finite, like nothing. We'll be able to perish. But a man with a vision, man, he comes alive. A man that's excited about what he's doing, a man with a clear goal and a dream set aside for him, you will be able to see the best versions of that man come alive because he's excited about what he does. There's a certain light in his eyes that's rekindled because he's found a certain passion for something. And your purpose is not strictly based on your career. It's not strictly based on your job or what you decide to do. Your purpose is to serve God who created you. You were created and bought for a price. And knowing that the God that we serve is a good God, the God that we serve has a special plan for us in our lives, we can follow that. This purpose will be found over time. But knowing that our God has a good plan for us and has a vested interest in us, has a strong love and desire for us to do well, we could be able to move forward in that certain type of faith. We can move forward in our purpose that he has called for us in our lives. And while we find that, here's a couple of things that you could be able to try out. But this purpose should be aligned with your gifts. It should be aligned with your passions, and it should be aligned with your faith. If all of those are connecting, this is gearing you closer towards your God-given purpose for your life. And this could be fine through striving to build different things in your life, either striving to build a different business while you're doing different jobs, while you're doing different things in your life. Being intentional, you have to be intentional. What I mean by being intentional with your purpose is that it will be revealed to you as you're also doing the will of God. So while you're striving to serve people, your purpose will be shown in during that time frame. So here's a practical advice for you is that while you're serving, this will be revealed to you, and you do this like a waiter. Think about it as a waiter. While he is waiting, he's also serving. So wait, but at the same time serve. Okay? So as you're serving other people, you will eventually see the ultimate purpose that is for you and is called for you in your life. I can go into detail a little bit more on this. If you're interested in this type of topics, consider subscribing and follow me more for details like this. Men act like men. Males turn into men when they start putting childish things aside. When I was a child, I used to reason like a child. I used to think like a child. I used to act like a child. I used to yell like a child. I used to complain like a child. And what you grow out of that childhood stage when you mature. So I have a 2-year-old right now. He was probably crying somewhere in the house or yelling about something, throwing a tantrum about something he just heard a couple of minutes ago, because children are immature. They naturally are immature. He's not even 2 yet. He's about 1 and something, but naturally they are selfish. They're immature. They're whiners. They throw fits. You take away their toy and they complain and they cry about frivolous little stuff. And they just want to play all day. That's what children do. They just want to play. And yet we see so many grown men with that same attitude. All they want to do is just play. All they want to do is just mine. What's in it for me, and for me. And they're all about playing video games all day. They're trying to win in video games instead of winning in actual life. They'd rather watch some sporting event. Like, I'm a sport fanatic, but a lot of men, they take this to heart, and they'd rather watch grown men win in their lives than winning in their own lives. And instead of you winning for your own family, you're watching other grown men win for their family. So this is a big thing, but men act like men when they start becoming mature in their life. They start thinking about other people in their life. They start thinking about their own family and not just their own selfish desires. What do I want to do? But what about my family? What are other people that I'm caring for? What do they want to do? And they put themselves on the back burner so they can see their family win, so they can see a smile on their family's face because you're willing to go do something for them. Now, while you're acting like a man and maturing as a man, that doesn't mean that you let people walk all over you. But on the contrary, you lift them up. You give them a hand so that you can be able to raise other people. It's not that they're pushing you down while you're doing this, but you're helping these people. You're doing something for them. You're serving them. You're a servant leader is what you are. And you're mature enough to put yourself last and to put them first and to serve others instead of just thinking about what's in it for me. Last thing, number 5, men have integrity. Men are who they say they are. They do what they say they're going to do. This is a man that you can count on, that you can rely on. Because it says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever a man thinks, so he is. So they don't wrestle with some of those doubts and those fears. They are a man of integrity. They do what they say they're going to do. You can count on them saying that. If you promise something to your spouse, to your family, to your friends, do what you say you're going to be able to do. Don't be a flake. Nobody likes that. you're a hard worker. This is somebody that you can count on, somebody that you can rely on. This is a disciplined man. This is a hard worker, someone that doesn't quit when times get tough, but perseveres through it, knowing that the testing of his faith produces steadfastness. What is steadfastness? This is meaning that he is firm on his faith, firm in his belief. He doesn't waver when times get tough, but he runs with endurance for a marathon that is set before him, and he is faithful to what he has started. Whatever he has started, he has enough faith that God will be able to finish and see it through. So this is the same thing that he is someone that his family can even confide in. Women seek him, women want him, and men want to be around him. These are the traits what are truly makes you remember what it is to be a man and what's truly going to be able to set you apart. They won't remember you, men. They are not going to remember you from the size of your biceps or from the how many shots you can be able to take at a table. They're not going to remember you for those stupid things. They're going to remember you more for your character and what you did for other people. What kind of mindset, what kind of character, what kind of person were you? Truly, the character of a man will outlast whatever other stuff you're comparing it towards. So last thing, just remember, don't quit, be a man, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, if you found this video useful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys agree on this or if there's something else that you guys think means to be a man. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Till next time, God bless.